And so it begins. Hi guys, welcome to L33Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. Bam. I know I am. Welcome to our Member of the Month day for the previous month, as I always do it like a month later. This is for our Alpha Patron Barry. He won our sweepstakes, basically, random number generator, and he won. And we're going to be doing side one of Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds musical. And we're going to be proceeding further with the rest of it for his request for the next couple months too, so this album will be sticking around for a little bit, and I'm very excited. I have heard one track from it. I think it was Forever Autumn. I think that was the Justin Hayward track. I don't know if he's on other stuff too, but that is the one I've heard, and it was sweeping. It was absolutely gorgeous. I remember that very clearly, actually. So we're doing the first side. It's two songs. They're related to the book, I guess. The Eve of the War is the first track, and then Horsell, Common, and the Heat Ray, which I think that's events of the book, obviously. It's a musical that follows the book, so why wouldn't it? All right, so thank you, Barry. You rock, brother, and I'm excited to do this, man. This is definitely different. That's what we do on this channel, is different for the most part, so let's go. If you want to subscribe to help brother out, click that icon right below my face. If you want to be Member of the Month next month, join Patreon. It's in the description. Maybe you'll win. And you can get a request too. Alright. The Eve of the War. Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. 3, 2, 1, go. Actually, I lied. Hold on. 3, 2, 1, go.
No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that human affairs were being watched from the timeless worlds of space. No one could have dreamed we were being scrutinized as someone with a microscope studies creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. Few men even consider the possibility of life on other planets. And yet, across the gulf of space, minds immeasurably superior to ours regarded this Earth with envious eyes. And slowly and surely, they drew their plans against us.
Whoa. Now that's an intro. Literary bombs. Let's go. This is 1978, right? Huh? Checks personnel list. Oh, wow. What a lineup. Is that Herbie? That bass is sick. It's so proggy, I love it. It's still very accessible though. That drummer is steady as hell, bro. Tap, 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 tap. little bit of Floyd in this at points. And then everything else is just something completely different. Barry Morgan. Barry, I didn't know you were on drums, man. You're killing it.
At midnight on the 12th of August,
This is incredible already.
a huge mass of luminous gas erupted from Mars and sped towards Earth. Across 200 million miles of void, invisibly hurtling towards us, came the first of the missiles that were to bring so much calamity to Earth. As I watched, there was another jet of gas. It was another missile, starting on its way.
A little bit of Jethro Tull in there, too. Oh, he's on the hat, too.
That's how it was for the next 10 nights. A flare spurting out from Mars, bright green, drawing a green mist behind it, a beautiful but somehow disturbing sight. Ogilvy, the astronomer, assured me we were in no danger. He was convinced there could be no living thing on that remote, forbidding planet.
Never say never.
The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, he said.
That's so cool.
The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, but still they come.
Then came the night the first missile approached Earth. It was thought to be an ordinary falling star, but next day there was a huge crater in the middle of the common, and Ogilvy came to examine what lay there. A cylinder, 30 yards across, glowing hot, and with faint sounds of movement coming from within. Suddenly the top began moving, rotating, unscrewing, and Ogilvy feared there was a man inside trying to escape. He rushed to the cylinder, but the intense heat stopped him before he could burn himself on the metal.
The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, he said.
I hear a little bit of Jesus Christ Superstar in the vocals. That's cool.
The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, but still they come. Yes, the chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, he said. The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, but still they come.
That's so cool, dude. Come on. Brother. It's alive.
It seems totally incredible to me now that everyone spent that evening as though it were just like any other.
I'm so into this right now. Holy
From the
shit.
railway station came the sound of shunting trains, ringing and rumbling, softened almost into melody by the distance.
The words are just so... I'm guessing it's from the novel, right?
It all seemed so safe and tranquil.
Or maybe it's just the musical version. I haven't read War of the Worlds since like middle school, so I don't remember it. Or the exact verbiage of things, I guess. I don't know. Horsell Common and the Heat Ray. Ooh, that is sick. Setting the mood perfectly. This is perfect devil's lettuce music. I don't know what that is though. I've never heard of it.
Next morning, a crowd gathered on the common, hypnotized by the unscrewing of the cylinder. 2 feet of shining screw projected when, suddenly, the lid fell off.
Here it comes. Whoa. That is so cool.
2
Is that a
luminous,
vocoder?
disc-like eyes appeared above the rim. A huge, rounded bulk, larger than a bear,
It sounds
rose
like
up
that
slowly,
smoking thing.
glistening like wet leather. Its lipless mouth quivered and slavered, and snake-like tentacles writhed as the clumsy body heaved and pulsated.
Clumsy body heaved and pulsated. Ooh. Good writing. Sounds so trippy. And foreboding. Synths are literally out of this world. Damn, Barry is sick. There's other guys on percussion too, but
A
damn.
few young men
he's
crept
good.
closer to the pit. A tall funnel rose, then an invisible ray of heat leapt from man to man, and there was a bright glare as each was instantly turned to fire. Every tree and bush became a mass of flames at the touch of this savage, unearthly heat ray.
Oh my god, come on. It's so funky. Come on. Give it to me. This is musical genius. It really is. This is something like beyond words almost. Such a unique combo.
People clawed their way off the common, and I ran too. I felt I was being toyed with, that when I was on the very verge of safety, this mysterious death would leap after me and strike me down. At last I reached Maybury Hill, and in the dim coolness of my home, I wrote an account for my newspaper before I sank into a restless, haunted sleep.
How could you sleep? You know how harrowing this would be if it actually happened? No, thank you. Project Bluebeam. What? Unbridled creativity, man. Isn't it just wonderful? This is
I woke
amazing.
to alien sounds of hammering from the pit and hurried to the railway station to buy the paper.
There's aliens invading. Why is there a paper?
Around me, the daily routine of life, working, eating, sleeping, was continuing serenely as it had for countless years.
Why? Does the invasion not like happen yet? That seems like it has.
On Horsell Common, the Martians continued hammering and stirring, sleepless, indefatigable, at work upon the machines they were making.
It's
Now
like
and again a light, like the beam of a warship's searchlight, swept the common, and the heat ray was ready to follow.
this almost seems like an actual war, not like an alien invasion, like complete takeover instantly thing. That's cool. Don't worry about me. That guitar, bro. Whoa. It's so exciting. That sounds so familiar. What a riff. I wish this could just keep going forever, bro. That's a cool choice to have the solo so low in the mix. I kind of like it. It's like the battle's far away. That's cool. that effect.
In the afternoon, a company of soldiers came through and deployed along the edge of the common to form a cordon. That evening, there was a violent crash, and I realized with horror that my home was now within range of the Martian's heat ray.
Ain't that a bitch? Don't you hate when that happens?
At dawn, a falling star with a trail of green mist landed with a flash like summer lightning. This was the second cylinder.
It's like Doctor Who sounds. I'm sorry. It's like a I don't know what that is. It's not a theremin. Might just be a synth. It's so cool. That's it. I am so let down that that's it right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's freaking late o'clock. I got work to do. And I want to listen to side 2. One more time. And that's it. Damn. Well, that's funny how if I remember correctly, that didn't sound like anything like the Justin Hayward song I've heard from this, though. I think it's on the next side, Forever Autumn or whatever. I could be remembering just, because I've listened to a lot of music, so I could be wrong. But that sounded like, I don't know, that was such a strange combination of things, like just instrumentally. And especially in the first one, like you had kind of like almost like a symphony backdrop at points. But it was definitely like prog rock, like composition wise, but I don't know how to describe it. There was still like I said, accessibility was definitely a part of that. I think a lot of people could just sit down and enjoy that, like it's not, I don't know what's the word. It's not, it's like taxing on you, but it's not like there's some music that just like really, some people just can't listen to, like normal, not music heads like we are probably people. They could sit down and enjoy this because it's got the, the literary backdrop as well. I think that's pretty cool, man. The not the dialogue, just the lines themselves from the book, I'm guessing, or the play, whatever it comes from. So good. Just the way H.G. Wells, like the way he is a very interesting way with words. Just some of the descriptions and adjectives he used, like pulsating and the certain positions of some of the words. It's just, I used to write, I don't write anymore, but it's like my favorite thing in the world of the music is just like writing. That's my creative output. If you follow the channel for a while, you've probably seen me post random things that I write, I haven't done that in a while, but I used to a lot. But this, it's such an interesting blend of, the audio and then the literary side of it, and then just the genius that Jeff Wayne is, I guess, putting all of this together, man, because it's, I don't know, this goes beyond music, obviously, because it's a book and it's like a play. It's so many things going on at once. There's so many things going for it, too, instrumentally, that how could you not love that? It's just, I don't know. But I'm also a nerd, so that makes sense. The voice of Narcissus. There's voices. Okay, so let's go to the musicians. Chris Spedding on guitars, Joe Partridge on guitars, Herbie Flowers on bass, Barry Morgan on drums, another Barry on drums, Barry D'Souza on percussion, Roy Jones on percussion, Ray Cooper on percussion. Wait, Ray Cooper? Elton John. Oh, yeah, Ray Cooper. Okay, cool. Jeff Wayne on piano, the jangle piano, harpsichord, and he was the conductor. Ken Freeman on synthesizers. I'm guessing he did most of those strange sounds that, happened throughout that, I guess, represented the aliens and stuff like that, or the Martians, I should say. That's really cool. Like, that really kind of made the second song was made by the guitars for me, but throughout, it was the synth and the strange little placings of things and how progressive the composition is and how it just moves from one idea to the next, but it still stays within the same pattern of what it was doing before. The progressions are similar, to, for the most part, little variations. I think that's this is genius. Just from side one alone, this is absolute genius of the highest order. And that's probably me being biased because I love sci-fi stuff and I love music like this, so this was just made for me. Barry knew that probably. And there's also people who did voices and stuff. I don't know who did the guy who we're listening to in the beginning, but Joe Partridge is apparently the Heat Ray. That's funny. And this seems more like, because I'm more used to the this is showing my age, even though my birthday's in a week. I'll be 31. I'm more used to the Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg movie version of this. I'm not gonna lie. And that wasn't a war. They had like one battle scene. You know what I'm saying? Just from this alone, it seems like there's a war happening. Like it's not like. It's not like an extinction level event off break. If you know what it's not like emergency, everyone's dying. There's a war happening in a certain part, it seems like. And because the guy was having dinner and reading the paper the next day after they invaded. And that's a complete departure from what my generation's abduction or invasions and stuff. It's usually like game over within the first couple hours. This seems like an actual battle and war and stuff like that. And I know how it ends, I think it's like the common cold or something that takes them out, or influenza, I can't remember. But I can't wait to get to that part, because I can't imagine what Jeff Wayne's going to come up with instrumentally to sort of, make you picture it. I'm kind of gobsmacked from this. This was really, really good. I was expecting to really like it, but I wasn't expecting to just like be fully engrossed like I was there, and just wonderful. I definitely would say the synthesizers, the bass throughout from Herbie was just on point, dude. Especially in the first one. I think the second one was like the guitars and the synths really shining, but the first one was the bass, the symphony parts when it kind of popped up. Like it's a very, very, like I said, it's cool. It's really cool mix of like groupings of instruments and such, and styles too. The first one almost had like this tropical island sort of feel to the percussion side of it, but then it has like this weird sci-fi vibe going on too. Like there's just so many things. I could sit here for probably an hour and just work it out and talk about it, but we don't have all that time, do we? I don't know. I think side two, since I've already heard one song, I'm still gonna do it, but that one's kind of already a letdown. I already know it. But The Artilleryman and the Fighting Machine, Forever Autumn, and Thunderchild. That's next week. I guess we'll make this a Friday thing. Might as well. I got to finish up a couple things from April, and then I'll be starting on the May requests. But I wanted to do this Member of the Month day because I'm kind of like a week behind on that. So I wanted to get that out for Barry. You rock, Barry. Thank you for your support, man. Seriously. I couldn't do this without you. And all you guys that support the channel through Patreon, and just all you guys that watch, period. It doesn't have to be a monetary thing. Like, I don't care about that, whatever. I've lost so much money, it's not even funny, bro. But I don't care. Like, I want to have fun and do this. I want to enjoy it, And then I was sort of getting to a point where I wasn't enjoying it as much as I used to. Like, I still did, but I want to look forward to doing this. That's how I make the best videos, and how I have the best reactions and stuff to music is when I'm here and I enjoy it, and I want to be here, and I do like tonight, but some nights, I don't know, I just pushed myself really hard for a while there, and it kind of messed me up, and then my whole life just fell apart this year. It's been a lot, but that's why I find solace in stuff like this, because it just really gets your mind off things, and I don't know. You get to go into another world that's at war, and I don't know. It's a much more interesting world than mine right now. So I'll take it, right? So thanks for watching, guys. I'm not gonna babble on forever. Thank you for a wonderful video again, Barry. And if you have any of the recommendations that Jeff Wayne or any of these guys have been a part of, leave it down below. And what was your favorite part of that? Let me know in a comment. Make it fun. Make it a festive comment. Let me spice it up. Let me see something nice today, and I'll read it and I'll heart it. I promise. Thanks for watching.